Why is saving your first $100,000 so tough? It's a common struggle that many people have. Even wealthy, legendary investors like Charlie Munger admit it's difficult. He famously said, "The first $100,000 is a but you've got to do it." And he meant that you've to save the first $100,000 as fast as possible. Why is speed so crucial here? And how exactly will this first $100,000 change your whole financial future? I will reveal the math behind the answers, and don't worry, once you understand the importance of the first $100,000, I will reveal the best shortcuts to get there as quickly as possible. I'm Ariel from the Coin Compass channel. As a data analyst, I'll be using numbers to tell a story that has the potential to revolutionize your financial future. Many of us have been there. You've saved a few $1,000s, excited to start your investment journey. But then months go by and your wealth hardly changes. It's easy to feel discouraged, especially when you compare yourself to millionaire investors who earn more than your annual salary just from their investments. But here's the good news. Once you realize the long-term nature of investing and the importance of patience, it becomes much easier to stay consistent. By simply investing in the S&P 500, you will be able to grow your wealth by approximately 7% on a yearly basis, taking inflation into account. In the next minute, you'll see how this 7% can easily multiply your money into millions. Let's say that you can add to your investment portfolio $10,000 every year. At this pace, it will take us 7.84 years to get to our first $100,000. You might think that it is a lot of time and that it will take 9 times this amount, which is more than 70 years to get the other 900,000. But this calculation isn't correct. It doesn't take into account one powerful factor: compound interest. You see, each year the 7% profit will be bigger, taking into account the larger sum we have invested at that point. It will take us a total of 30 years to reach $1 million. But the shocking part is that getting the first 100,000 takes us 25% of that time. It takes more time to get to the first 100,000 than to get from 600,000 to 1 million. That's the power of compound interest. But it's not just about the numbers. The mental barriers can be even more challenging to overcome. And here are the reasons for it. If you don't have much money saved, it's hard to take risks. As an example, imagine you find a great stock to invest in, like Nvidia right before the AI boom. You're confident in the company and its future. However, you need your savings to pay the bills, so you had to miss out on this opportunity. The same goes for starting a business or a side hustle. You won't have the savings to feel comfortable leaving your current job to pursue them at that point of time. But it's not just about your savings, it's about your mindset towards making more money. When you're just starting out and trying to get to your first $100,000, you are probably thinking of trading your time for money. But to make a lot of money fast, you need a different approach. If you had to make $1 million next year, you'd likely understand that time for money exchange won't get you there. But don't get me wrong, even by trading your time for money, you will be able to reach your first $100,000 easily. It might take time, but that's not the reason that holds most of the people back. The real reason they can't reach that first $100,000 is their lifestyle inflation. You see, savings are a direct result of the simple equation. Savings equals income minus expenses. If your expenses are growing fast, you won't be able to save a sufficient amount of money, even if your income increases, and you will lose precious compound interest time. While enjoying the fruits of your hard work is something you should do, make sure that you are limiting your lifestyle inflation and keeping the long-term wealth goal in mind. To emphasize the concept, let's take 2 nice guys, one named Donald and another one named Joe. They both started with a $60,000 yearly income level and a base expense amount of $55,000 to pay the bills and maintain their current lifestyle. Both managed to get annual raises of 8% over a 10-year period. Donald had a 2% lifestyle inflation rate, meaning that his yearly expenses grew by 2%. At the same time, Joe had a 7% lifestyle inflation rate because he wanted to enjoy his high salary. By the end of the 10 years period, Donald saved more than double the amount that Joe saved. But that's not the end of the story. They also invested their money using the power of compound interest to widen the gap even further. You're probably wondering, what can you do in order to speed up the progress of reaching the first 100,000 now that you know the importance of it? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Personally, I believe that it's much better to focus on your income than trying to shrink your expenses beyond a certain level. So here are a few ways to maximize it. If you are not planning on being self-employed and starting your own business, you must get the most out of your time. Learn valuable skills that companies will be willing to pay for and find the best job opportunities. Be willing to move to a new working place in order to improve your conditions. Sometimes it won't be easy and comfortable. If you are open to starting your own business, do market research, understand how you can add value to the market. It can start as a side business while keeping your day job. The extra cash you will earn from it can help you achieve that crucial $100,000 target fast. Although these steps can help you accelerate your progress towards your first $100,000, even the best money-saving tips won't help if you fall into common money traps. Learn how to avoid these mistakes with Warren Buffett's timeless advice that will secure your financial future.